Okay, I'm gonna try doing it one video without my glasses. Just want to see how it looks. Okay. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to my page. Please follow me if you can. Okay, so I remember so my last video I was talking about financial how Tiny was smart enough to be very good when it comes to her finances. So what I want to do is because like I said I wanted to encourage people and have a good impact on people's lives if I can. Let's talk about that for a second. I know that in the Bible, God says that men are supposed to be the providers. And a lot of people took that as women are supposed to be at home, just, taking care of the home, and men are supposed to do all the providing, right? Think about it for a minute. I love my God. If you know me, anybody will say, I love me, my God. You don't play with my God and Jesus, okay? They are non negotiable. I do not play with my God and Jesus. I agree with them totally. But there are some things that I have to question. And this is one of the things because one, we have to remember that Bible was written in a very, very old times. And two, not everybody in today's time, if you're not rich, a lot of times men cannot be total providers. And I don't care what you say, and it's not on them. It's the world that we need to blame, the government that we need to blame this on. It's not a lot of jobs out there. They're not even paying, the government is not even paying us what we should be paid. So you can't really get mad at the man. Unless he's a no good man, fine, and he's a. But when I'm talking about men who actually out there working, trying to provide for their family, you cannot throw in their face they're not doing enough because it's not their fault that they're not getting paid enough. So a lot of men cannot be the main provider in relationships, especially in today's time, because it's not enough income coming in for them to be able to do that. And the women, you have to look at it as a lot of women, they are too busy worrying about flashy things. They are too busy worrying about making sure they got the purses and they got all the good clothes and the jewelries and going on trips because this is what they want to show everybody a thing. But the thing about it is, when you have that type of mindset, when you let's say if you are one of the blessed and fortunate ones to have a man that is able to be a provider, if you're sitting up there letting him do all the providing, think about it. What are you doing? Because see, a lot of men use it as a control and power tool. So they use it to say, "Well, what are you doing? You're not working. I'm the one doing all this thing," and they feel like they can treat you any kind of way. And a lot of women are not going to be able to roll out because if they roll out, where are they going? They, especially if they have kids, they got nowhere to go. So I think for it, we need to look at that thing and say, "Listen, I need to, as a woman, I need to have my own income." And listen, if you're a man, because our times are a lot different now. We got women now being the breadwinner, excuse me, and men are staying at home. So men, everybody needs to work at this point because no matter what, you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet if anything happens. But with women, it's like women got so comfortable with that part in the Bible that women feel like, oh, I just need my man need to pay all the bills. I shouldn't have to work, and if I do have to work, I don't understand why I gotta pay the bills. I need to, and but a lot of women, if they have that mindset, like I'm not working at all, and my man is paying all the bills. Let's say if the man do something the woman don't like, whatever it is, how is that woman going to have a way financially to stand on her own 2 feet? This is why this is very important if you're in a relationship, no matter what, as a woman, you need to say, you know what, I need to have my own money. Especially if you're a parent, because your kids are dependent on you. So why do you want you, especially if let's say if you one of those good mothers and you just follow that rules, because in a lot of religions and they kind of like put so much pressure on certain things like in this topic, a lot of religions will say, well, the men has to be the provider, the women can work. And like I said, if that is how it is, when a man do something that's really hurtful to you and now you want to leave, where do you don't have a way to leave because you don't have the money. And now you and your kids possibly is going to be in the street. And like I was saying, let's say if you're one of the good mothers in the world that's sitting up there depending on your man to provide, a lot of times the courts is going to take the kids away from you because your husband is the one with the income, the good income, you not. And so you can't be stable enough for your child. So these are things that you need to think about. Yes, it might seem cute at a point where you can say, my man is doing all the, paying all the bills and stuff, and all I got to do is buy all the purses. And it might seem cute, right? But when everything hits the fan, how is it gonna look cute when now you got no money to your name because he's the one with all the money? Now that, especially if you let him put the house in his name and didn't even put your name on the lease, now you got to go. Where are you going? So that's another thing I would say. As a woman, if you marry, you need to definitely, y'all need to. I don't even care if he put all most of the money down. Y'all need both names. Both need to be on that lease, okay? Because when one person's name is on that lease, that person has all the power. You do not want that to happen. So I want this video to help inspire people that listen. I am not saying don't listen to the word because I think the word is there for a reason. All I'm saying is to use caution and use your common sense, because let me tell you something. Like I said in the last video, Tiny upgraded her house when she got sick and tired of T.I. mess, right? But a lot of women don't have Tiny money. Okay, but even if you have a little bit of money, if with that little bit of money you do not have, when you get tired of your man doing whatever, and now because you was either too busy spending that money and not saving anything, or you didn't really get, some men, they use their power trip, or they won't even give women money, or if they do, it be very little, because that's another way they're controlling. They make sure you have just enough to do a little teeny bit, but you don't have nothing to leave or anything. So this is what I'm saying. It's very important, as even though you're married, even if you're not married, let's say if you engaged or y'all just don't want to get legally married, let me tell you something. It's very important to have your own income. Okay, you're not disrespecting God if you are working yourself. Do not let any religion tell you that. You have a right to make your own income and have a way to provide for yourself and your children, because when you become a parent, your responsibilities is a lot more, I would say, stricter than they was when you were just a single person, okay? And I hope this video helps anyone out there that is saying, well, my man's supposed to be the provider, I shouldn't have to do nothing, I shouldn't have to work. Listen to me. When you don't work, okay? Because think about it. If your husband is not super rich and you're not working, even if he is super rich, remember, he's the one that's super rich. You're not. So when he gets tired, let's say if he gets tired of you, then where are you going if you ain't saved none of your money? How are you going to live after that? Now, what you got to do, you now got to become vindictive and ask the judge for all the money, basically, because you ain't got no money for yourself. So this is why it's very important to have your own money. Even if you're married or engaged or y'all just a couple, you need to have your own income. Or if you don't have your income, you need to make sure that man is giving you enough money that you can at least save most of it. So if a rainy day happen, that rainy day, either if he leaves you or you decide to leave him, at the end of the day, you got money to take care of yourself or your kids. That is something that you need to think about. So I hope this video helps in any type of way. Okay. Please follow my page. Thank you.